Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today I want to talk about what I do with my castings after I harvest them. So I just posted a video not too long ago of me actually harvesting one of my bins by using the light method. Right here behind me is where I had everything set up to sort that, and now I start moving that to another section of my basement where I can make sure that it's ready to go for the spring. Now, this is the first year I'm really doing this, and I'm doing it right, where I'm actually doing everything in February to March to get ready for the growing season. Usually I'm way too late on this, and by the time I harvest my bins, like, I'm rushing to get it done. So you need to start this early, and you need a place to store your castings, and then you're going to want to mix it with other materials to make sure that you're doing it properly. So let me show you where I'm storing my castings this year to get ready for spring. Okay, so this is a 55-gallon Rubbermaid tote. This is one of the really large ones, and I've never done this before, but this is what I'm planning to put all my castings in, and then I'm going to mix it with other types of soil. So this is the castings that we harvested last time, and there are still worms in here. You can't get all the worms out, but you get most of them out. So I'm going to just dump this in here. It's nice and loose. This bin is now ready to be reused and get more worms in here, get more material. And this is nice and airy. Now there's still, I'm going to zoom in here. Let me just zoom in. You're going to see there's still bits of newspaper and stuff in here. So it's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. I'm really going to be using this in my yard and around some of my plants. I'm probably going to dig in some of it into the ground as well, but you don't want to just use this straight necessarily if you're doing this in a planter. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably actually mix in some of my cocoa coir or even a peat moss or something like that. And this has the nutrients you need, but those will help hold moisture, and it will make sure that this doesn't turn into muck or rock when it dries. So this is one way to store it. Now I'm going to leave the lid on it, but I'm not going to have it on super tight. So the lid is going to probably just be on like this with a little bit of an air gap. If I can get it quite right. You know, maybe a little air gap like that in the back. And that'll allow a little bit of air to go through and it'll transpire, and the moisture can leave. And then I'll have to wet it down and make sure I keep it wet. But you don't want to just cover this and seal it, because that's gonna kill everything. So that's one of them that I was going to add, and I'm going to have one more that I'm going to add. This one is going to be not quite as sorted as well as this one is, but I think I've got most of the worms out of it now. So let me bring that one over. Now, this one isn't nearly as sorted nearly as well. I know the lighting's not great over here. I'm not in my normal space, but this one has definitely some worms in it and some avocado skins and things like that. But I need to dump this in here now. It's starting to get worse as the bin ages more, because this is actually from my dad's bin, his big one outside. So I'll get more of that in there later, but this one doesn't have any air holes in the side, so the worms are starting to really, and in fact there's a couple that even crawled out and died because it was starting to get a little bit too airtight in here. So I harvested what I could. I tried to do instead of the light method for this, because it was kind of mucky, because it was really waterlogged and wasn't drying out real well. I actually did a method where I just put in a piece of food and then I would scrape the surface where that food was to harvest the worms slowly. So this is my start of my stuff for this spring. Let me just spread this out a little bit. As you can see, there's quite a bit in there. This will hold 55 gallons, as I said, but this is the way that I'm going to store it, and then I'm going to probably only fill it up to about this line, and then I'll probably mix in some other stuff. I'll use a shovel, mix it around, and then I will take this out to my yard and spread it, or dig it in near some trees or some plants that I'm going to be putting in. So this is what you need to do. If you have a garden, you could take this actually and you could just dump it in and just till it right into your soil, and that's going to be nice compost. But you don't want to just use this by itself, really. You want to make sure it's mixed with something. I tried a seed starter at one point with just this type of material, and it did not go well. So this stuff, while great for a lot of things, is not great for starting seeds unless it's mixed with some dirt and some other stuff to kind of give it a little bit different substance and some different mineral content. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. As I said, this is the first year I'm actually doing this early. It's February 29th when I'm doing this, and normally, like, around April, I'd be scrambling to start harvesting my bins and realize it was taking too long and I was too late and I couldn't do what I wanted to do to really help nourish my yard and my plants. So I hope this helps. It's getting that time of year in the Northern Hemisphere here for you to really start harvesting this. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's time for you to start getting ready to really save all this stuff as far as, adding stuff to your bins and sort of getting ready for the long winter ahead. And hopefully you'll be ready in the spring. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, again, let me know, and please like and subscribe to my videos. Thank you for watching.